Hello, my beautiful fragrance family. Dustin here, fragrance fan. Go ahead and do me solid and click that like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that bell notification. And I'm just going to keep on giving you guys these budget-friendly fragrance reviews. That $40-ish and $100 range. Most of these are way less than that. And a good number of these you can find at your local rack stores. And, you know, layering fragrances, finding new combinations is sometimes fun. And, you know, it can kind of get you out of the monotony of wearing the same things. And even if you have a large collection or a small collection, there's just something about mixing up some fragrances and discovering something new out of what you already have that's a little bit fun. And I have 3 layering combinations that I have personally tried, found out that they work really good together, last a very long time, and would more than likely garnish some positive attention. So real quick, let's just go ahead and start things off with Milestone's Solar Blanc and Maison Alhambra's Bright Peach. Obviously, Tom Ford Bitter Peach clone and Tom Ford Solar Blanc clone. So this one is very creamy. It's got blood orange, peach, about the same amount of blood orange as there is peach. It's got like vanilla and cognac, and it's rich, but it's fresh enough for this summer. Super unisex, sweet and creamy. This one is more floral, white floral, creamy coconut, citrus. So the combination of the two, taking the best of the creaminess in this and the bright citrus and florals in this and mixing them up together makes this a little bit, it just turns basically this fragrance into a crisper, kind of more daytime, summer appropriate fragrance. This is a 6 to 7 hour fragrance. This is like a 6-hour fragrance, but combined it like magnifies the performance on these. It enhances it a lot. It turns it into like an 8 or a 9-hour fragrance for whatever reason. I don't know why. Maybe it's because you're doing a few more sprays with this and like you're like doubling the sprays up. I don't know, because I go 1 to 1. I like finding a fragrance that's almost equal in performance. That way one doesn't die off and the other one's still hanging on. And these are pretty equal in performance, so they work well together, and man, they complement each other, especially in the performance. So I think any number of other white fragrances also would work. You don't have to use this one. I think that there's multiple white fragrances that would go with this. It's just something about that creamy floral with the citrus going on that works really good with this Bright Peach. Up next, one that I haven't wore recently because these are 2 that are in my like upper echelon of favorite fragrances in my collections, and so the juice is running out. But man, you want to talk about one that's long lasting and serious compliment pulling, and that is Versace's Dylan Blue, already a compliment beast, with Versace Hawas. I have the clear juice and it smells identical to the purple juice. I don't know about the performance, but this thing lasts a pretty good amount of time. So what you'll get in this is you'll take the best of both worlds again, where this has that citrus, aquatic, incense smokiness, and this is a juicy, fruity, citrus, aquatic spiciness. Mix the two together, you get that sparkle from the spiciness, the depth from the smokiness, the complement factor from both of these. They're both long lasting. It's just a really, really good combination. It makes this a little bit more playful, and it makes this a little more versatile. So it's taking the best of both worlds and really doing a good job. And they're both about equal in performance, and the atomizer's almost the same on both of these as well. So again, Versace Dylan Blue, Versace Hawas, excellent layering combination. And one that I just recently discovered, and what inspired me to try this is because I have a fragrance that kind of reminds me of both of these mashed together. And I'm talking about Club de Nuit. This is the one that I used for this, and Afnan Turathi Blue, 2 of my favorite fragrances again in my collection. Now you don't have to use the limited edition. You could easily get away with using this one. I'm sure Afnan Supremacy, not only intense, that's a little bit stronger than this one I think, but you don't really want to use one of the rack store ones because they smell real good and they're similar, but this one is a performer. It's not a beast, but it is a solid performing fragrance, so you want to kind of match that energy. So that's why I went with the Club de Nuit. I went with this one, and man, what it does is it takes this citrus, spicy, amber thing this one has going on, that grapefruit, that tart grapefruit, and that like almost clove, like a little bit of like certain spices, and I feel like there's like a touch of like clove in this or something, but it also gets that smokiness, and that's what I was going after. I was trying to turn this into more of a smoky fragrance, and man, with the black currant, the rose, and the smoke in this thing, the birch, it just added so much character to it. Each on their own are amazing fragrances. They don't really need any help from each other. It's just the combination was really fun, and it really turned this into a good concoction. Just getting the smokiness from this one and the tart, bright citruses, and these are both signature scent worthy fragrances, by the way. This is definitely signature scent, but yeah, I was just trying to kind of turn this into a smoky fragrance because there's, like I said, there's one that I have that kind of reminds me of both of them put together. So I was like, what's it going to smell like together? And I was pleasantly surprised. I only wore it the one time. I already know how these things perform, so I can imagine it's going to be at least the same or better, but I can just tell you from my experience, it was a good smelling combination. And also one that I have not personally tried, but I have heard that this is a good combination, and I'll try it like in church or something. I don't know how good it's going to be for the summer and the high heat, because one of these is like more of a clubbing, they're both clubbing fragrances, but one is definitely geared more towards the cool weather, and that is Dior Sauvage. Now you don't have to use this, obviously. I'm going to use the real thing just to you know, get a good idea, and then try the clones, maybe of both of these, and Paco Rabanne's 1 million. Last time I did this, the light in the camera, I don't know, the shiny gold bar or whatever. Okay, it stayed good. Like everything got dark and it never fixed itself from the reflection. I don't know what happened there. But I've heard this is a good combination. Now, if you want to use the something to match the energy of this as far as loudness and performance, I would say YZY's Territoire Wild is the closest. I almost think it's louder. Actually, no, I do think it's actually louder in the beginning than this one. The opening of this, you know, of the original has more of that crispy bergamot, and it's a little heavier in the vetiver, I think, than those are, but the dry down is the same pretty much, and the Territoire Wild has the best performance out of the like 5 or 6 clones I have of Sauvage, so to match the energy of Paco Rabanne 1 million, because we all know this is a pretty loud fragrance. Opens up with that fresh mandarin mint. It's not a fresh fragrance, but it opens up with that mint and that mandarin and cinnamon. That's like what it's really known for, and it just pumps off loud, sweet, and strong for a long time, so you can match the energy with this easily. But I think YZY Territoire Wild will do the same thing. So again, I haven't tried that combination. If you guys have with the 1 million Sauvage or anything like those, then let me know what you think about them, or if you guys have any of these fragrances that I have mentioned in this. If you haven't already tried it, let me know what you think when you do, if you're going to. So that's 3 layering combinations that I've tried that are good for the summer, garnish positive attention, and last a long time. So with that, I'm out. Y'all be blessed. Take care of yourself always, and until next time.